This is the story about how becoming a mom
changes you as a woman.
When I look into my child's face, their first laugh, their embrace, I forget myself and I'm floating in space.
You have been waiting all your life to become a mother. You dreamed about the love, the joy, and the feeling of being complete and content. Why then are you crying all the time? Why don't you want to hold your own baby? Surprisingly, there are a lot of women who feel the same way.
I put the baby on the table. 2 minutes later, she falls. I couldn't even touch her or hold her because I thought I broke her. Really exhausted and not sleeping and 2 kids and depressed. She was fine, miraculously well and fine. And I was the one who was unwell.
Today, we're talking to Dr. Diana Barnes, mother and founder of the Center for Postpartum Health, as we explore the question, do you have postpartum depression?
I had postpartum depression. I cried for 1.5 years. I know how isolated that I felt, and I would not wish that on anybody. This is a job without any validation. You just feel so bad so many times. And it's really hard to spend a whole day in a house with a baby. And a crying baby, it's even worse.
So, Dr. Barnes, can you tell us what postpartum depression is?
It's changes in brain chemistry that occur after the birth of a child. Formerly, we kind of thought of the baby blues as everything. It was the umbrella term for every single kind of depression. About 4 out of 5 women who give birth are going to experience the baby blues.
And how many will experience postpartum?
About 800,000 women each year.
Oh my gosh. And I thought I was the only one when I had it.
What does postpartum depression look like?
But the most common way in which postpartum depression looks is with overwhelming anxiety. The cry of the baby is a trigger for kind of this sense of overwhelming paralysis.
That's definitely what I had.
Well, I think the sense of inadequacy that new moms feel when they have postpartum depression is just it's awesome. Many women do feel as though their baby would be better off with another mother. They're feeling lonely. They feel as though they can't cope.
Even though my family was around me and I had a lot of support, I still felt in my world I was by myself.
It's interesting because there is a language that women use to describe their symptoms. You'll hear women talk about going through the motions. You know, I'm taking care of my baby, but there's a wall. I feel emotionally disconnected.
Right. Well, a lot of women had told me, even with the breastfeeding, you know, it's such a beautiful experience. It's so bonding. I mean, granted, I had twins, but I didn't feel any of that. I thought it was awful. Aww. I felt like I was a cow and like I had to feed these babies. And then when there wasn't enough milk, I felt like, you know, now I can't even feed my children.
There are 2 important ways in which women tell themselves they're good mothers. One of those ways is in their ability to calm and soothe their baby's crying. And the other way is in their ability to feed, to breastfeed. Right. And when either one of those fails, the feelings of inadequacy are incredible. You know, I think it's very important on this show, here and now, to dispel all of these cultural myths about new motherhood is the most blissful time in your life. This is one of the most stressful and anxiety-producing times in the life of a family. And I don't know about you, but I don't know any other job where you're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where you don't get to take a lunch break, where you don't get to go to the bathroom by yourself, where you don't get a paid vacation. It's a tough, tough job, and you can love your baby and hate the job.
What kind of treatments can we do to make ourselves feel better?
It's important to talk with your doctor or a knowledgeable professional. Generally speaking, the treatment consists of a combination of antidepressant medication, sometimes anti-anxiety medication, and even sometimes sleep medication because sleep deprivation is so high among new mothers. This is very, very treatable, and I think it's important for women to know that. One of the things we don't recognize, at least in our culture here, is that new mothers need to be mothered. You need to be taken care of first so that you can then go on and be a nurturing mom.
New moms out there that are going through this, knowing that there are other people going through it and that they've gotten through, that there is the other side.
Yep, I am definitely the other side. I love my daughters, and now I get to enjoy them like I should be able to.
We are trained as women to suck it up. It is imperative that we open up instead.
Having children changes everything.
Hey, how's school go today?
Good.
Great. Can you hand me those Ziploc bags?
What do you need that for?
I am going to freeze some meat for us to have dinner next week, and it keeps the meat really super fresh.
Taking care of a family and doing what's best for them is just as important as taking time for yourself. Remember, we're all in this together.
We want to know what's going on in your mom life.
So come visit our community at jenandbarb.com.
This episode is brought to you by new Ziploc Fresh Shield. Blocks out air and locks in freshness. Designed with you in mind.
My daughter's 2 years old now, and I'm healthy. I am definitely the best mom, probably, and able to handle a career and my 2 kids. I think that us as mothers, we try and fix everybody, and we forget to fix ourselves.